What's going on, folks? My name is Scott Churchson, alongside USL and Pittsburgh Riverhounds sports reporter Mr. Bill Akins. Joining us today, now current 2025 USL champion, by the way, Mr. Charles All, who'll be talking about the season that he had last year, what's going on this year, and life, the universe, and everything. So, Mr. All, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Not too bad.
I'm good.
First things first, thank you. In this case, it's off season right now, so you're technically on vacation, so I appreciate that. But a very important question. I know you were away on vacation. Do vacations feel better when you're a USL champion?
I would say, yeah, they do for sure. Just because, all the hard work paid off. So, you can relax a little bit. But, we got a good group coming back this year. So, we can vacation now, but, it's about to be back in preseason. So just trying to get ready for that.
Sure. When do you report?
24th.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's coming up fast. That's the thing about these seasons, man. There is such a short turnaround.
Yeah, especially when you make a deep run. So your off season is cut shorter.
Yeah. But yeah, you've worked with Bill before. He covered the Riverhounds for us last season, so I appreciate that. Bill, I'm going to turn it over to you a little bit. What do you got, if anything?
Well, Charles, it's crazy because this was my first year covering the team, and you guys won a championship. So I kind of feel like I may have been a good luck charm. I don't know, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. But no, I watched you guys ups and downs this year, and I said it before, and in the media we talk amongst each other. And this team just felt different. It just felt like you guys. I don't know. You just had the it factor, the vibe in the locker room, the interviews. After matches, it just seemed like you guys. I said it before. It was like you guys were destined to win this championship. But I guess the biggest thing I want to ask you is obviously you stand out at Stetson, and this is kind of a two-part question. So coming into the USL, like you transitioned well, but like what was the hardest, I guess, challenge from playing college to stepping up into the USL? And then the second part is like, what's the biggest lesson you took from this season? Obviously it was a memorable season. You guys won a championship. You just can't get any better than that.
So in terms of transitioning, I would say the hardest thing is just being able to play for 9 months throughout the whole season, staying healthy, staying locked in mentally, but also especially physically. It's a long season, whereas college is 3 months. It's pretty quick. You play a couple of games and then you're into your conference games, and then next thing you know, you're in the tournament and it's over like that. So that's probably the hardest thing in terms of transitioning, is just how long the season is. And obviously, like, the level's a little bit higher. Guys are stronger, faster, stuff like that. Plays a little bit faster, but I would say for sure the length of the season, especially when you get to playoffs, because it's even for the older guys, they were always telling us just stay locked in, because it's tough when you get into late October, and then a lot of teams are their seasons are over basically, so they're kind of just chilling. You have friends on other teams on vacation already, and then it's tough. And it starts to get cold in Pittsburgh again towards the end of the season. So.
Yeah, it does.
But that's good. And then biggest lesson I learned this year. I learned a lot this year, I'd say, just because I was pretty young coming in. But I would say biggest lesson I learned, I would say just being a pro 24/7. That's probably the biggest lesson I learned, because coming in from college, like you can kind of get away with stuff, and this is like on the field and off the field. Like you can just get away with stuff on the field. Like, let's say you're doing some fun tricks or whatever you want to try. But it's pretty cutthroat, like our league. And if, I don't know, let's say the coach doesn't like you, let's just say you're doing whatever you want to do. Like, it's quick, contract's over, and you don't have a job anymore. So it's more just being professional on the field, and then off the field, obviously you got to take care of your body a lot more. It's just a different lifestyle than college, but that's what I would say.
Awesome.
Now, in this case, to work off of that a little bit, I want to talk about this and this is also two-part. During the training season itself, let's just say basically you got a match on, we'll say Saturday, and it's middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of a thing. what is your training regimen like? What time do you wake up? What time do you get there? What time, what's the training routine? Say as much as you're allowed. I know some of that stuff can be a little bit private because in this case, that's okay. But what you're allowed to say in this case about your daily regimen, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah, I mean, I can pretty much say everything, but so I'm trying to think because it's been a while. But so training starts at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive. Yeah, 10. So it depends if it's like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because it differs for me. But let's say it's a Tuesday. So I'll get in probably around like 9, like an hour before training starts. Get dressed, get taped, and then do some activation, like pre-activation for practice, stuff like that, roll out. And then go to practice, train from probably, if we're deep into the season, trainings are a little bit shorter, probably like 10 to 11:30-ish. And then after training, depends how many minutes I played. Some guys are doing fitness after training. Some guys are just resting. And then I always do finishing just because I always just like to score on the keepers and talk crap to them. And then go in after. And then on a Tuesday, I normally hit like a little lower body, just like just some hamstrings, quads, just a little stuff to keep the legs.
Skip leg day, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a full leg day though.
But you don't skip leg day.
I don't. My legs aren't very big, but it's just during the season they get worn down. So you just once a week, like just a little maintenance, some hamstring work, quad work, and then maybe some core. But it's like 30 minutes and then shower and out of there.
What time are you out of there?
Depends how long you take in the locker room. I'm pretty slow. So is my roommate, but probably out at practice from 10 to 11:30. So probably out at 1.
That's not bad. That's usually what a lot of teams do. I see that a lot of the other sports teams that usually around 1, maybe 1:30, they're usually out the door. Maybe they'll kibitz a little bit, grab some food or something like that. But yeah, it's usually about the same schedule mostly all the way through. Now, in this case, you've mentioned the fact that, later in the season, obviously things change because you got to work on the stamina part that we talked about. When it comes to the nutrition side, though, talk a little bit about what the general go-to is there too.
Yeah, so I mean, my nutrition going into the season probably wasn't great, but I started to pick up things. Some of the older guys in the team, like they're helping us out with stuff like that. But I mean, the main things that I would do, I'd say, is just got to get a meal in before training. So a lot of guys just sometimes, like during the season, if I was getting lazy, like maybe just a coffee and then go to training maybe with like a protein bar or something. But you got to get a good meal in the morning. Wake up early. Then I always have a coffee, go to training, and then after training, always get a protein shake in. That's like the big thing for a lot of guys in the team. Protein right after you work out is a big thing, and then big lunch normally, and then dinner, just high protein, good carbs, keep the energy going. And I mean, I don't overcomplicate it, but I'm sure there's guys that you guys have talked to that are probably more into it than me. But I just try to eat healthy and get a lot of calories. For the most part,
usually it's like, chicken, rice, fish kind of a thing, broccoli, veg. It's mostly, I think, the same across the board there, and then occasionally you get the cheat day, which we do have a question about that in a little bit. We'll come to that later from a fan. But we'll get to that shortly. Bill?
All right, Charles. So you've had some memorable goals this year. I tell you what, you got Miami's number. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
So, but I was looking back, and so my most memorable goal that you had was that volley from that broken free kick back in October. It's just world-class finish, man. I mean, that was just and that was a rocket, by the way. What was your most memorable goal this year? I mean, was that it, or was there another one? I mean, the one against Miami in July too was that was your first goal, I believe.
Yeah, the one against Miami at home. Yeah, that was my first goal.
And I was there. I was on the field taking photos right when that happened, and I was right in that corner as luck would have it. So I got to see that firsthand.
I'm trying to think most memorable. I mean, I would probably say my first goal for sure, just because it kind of got that ball rolling a little bit. Because we were about halfway through the season. I had been injured for like 9 games because I hurt my ankle after the first game. So I was like struggling a little bit. It's just tough, the transition and everything. And then started to get my feet under myself a little bit, started to get more confident. And then honestly, once I saw one go in, like even though it's from a header, like it's just crazy. Like confidence can help. So that turned into a couple more.
Well, so I guess a follow-up question with that. So, are you? Is it like the first goal? I mean, you're kind of tense. When you score that first goal, does the shoulders drop a little bit? Like you just kind of like, like it's just kind of like, okay, like you kind of settle in. Is that what the feeling's like, or?
For sure. I mean, I think it's tough because in training, like I feel like I was doing well, like scoring a lot. But when it comes to the games, it's just a different. If you ask anyone, like they'll say like it's different. Like I know a lot of guys score in training, but it's tough to do in the game. I don't know. I mean, it's quicker, faster, but sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Right.
But I mean, yeah. Once I scored one goal and then I scored the second. I don't know where, but somewhere, and then it's just like okay, like then you just got to start making it more of a habit, and then. Yeah, I mean, it's just things come a little bit easier. I know before the first goal that I scored, I had like 3 chances. Like I had a shot versus Rhode Island that got cleared off the line. I had another one, the Jägermeister Cup or some. I was like, I just kept getting unlucky in my opinion. But once I saw one fall, it's like it's just back to the normal, like back to normal. Like you just feel good. Like you just feel like you're going to score every game. So yeah.
Let me ask this, because the first team and the main team that I cover, by the way, is the New York City Football Club. Now, that was a match, in this case, I had to look at from 2 different perspectives, me covering the team that lost and him covering the team that won. Yeah. To go in, it's one thing, obviously, success against the USL is a big deal, but you took on an MLS team that basically won the MLS Cup title, by the way, in 2021. And you not only clean sheet them, but you won as well. What was the feeling on that game after taking down a top-tier MLS team on your home turf?
For sure. I didn't I was injured, so I didn't play that game, but I was in the locker room, obviously, halftime, beginning of the game, everything, week leading up to it, all the meetings and stuff. I mean, we kind of prepared. It was a midweek game, so we prepared on Monday right after our league game. I mean, I think the main message was, like, it's not too much about preparing about them. It's just more if we do our things at home, like, I mean, as you saw later in the postseason too, like we back ourselves at home no matter what. So it just doesn't really matter who we're playing.
You got a good turnout, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like cliche to say, but yeah, just like at home, I just feel like I guess we probably are favored, but like everyone on our team, our coaching staff, everyone was like, it's fine. We did a little film on them, but it's just if we play our game, we don't concede, we defend strong. I mean, anything can happen. And yeah, I mean, our main focus that game was just keep it 0-0 as long as possible. Like, just don't concede, and the longer it goes, the more chance we have to win because we're at home. So obviously the crowd's going to push us. And then if it had gone into overtime, I mean, New York probably had the better chances that game. But if it had gone into overtime, like the crowd, everything would have got crazier. So I mean, really, it's just backing us every game at home. That's really what it is.
Bend but not breaking. That was the success in that one too. So congratulations on that too. So it was a little weird on this side of the fence when I had to have press conferences with Pascal Janssen after that loss. But anyway, Bill.
Yeah. Just kind of a follow-up. Being at home at Highmark, I mean, electrifying atmosphere. I mean, game in and game out, it's just the crowd is into it. When you play on the road, have you I guess felt that? I mean, obviously, it's not. They're not electric for you when you're on the road. But is Highmark the spot where it's the most electric, or is there other places on the road that are kind of like, wow, this place it's kind of intimidating?
That's a good question. I mean, I think, like, truthfully, for what I've played in, I think Highmark's like the best stadium I've played at for sure.
Yeah.
And like the fans are the craziest that I've seen at least this whole year.
Yeah.
But I would say some other good fans are. I'd say Detroit has a pretty good fan base. Mm-hmm. They go pretty crazy. I'm trying to think who else. Honestly, Detroit sticks out. That's about it, really. I mean, there's good. I know Louisville has a good fan base, but I didn't go there because I was injured still. But no, I would say Detroit, but it's the best one I've been to other than Highmark.
Well, does it compare to the Stetson crowd?
Yeah, I mean, probably a little bit better. We probably have like maybe 100, 200 people at our games. So
yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get a lot of questions like asking me if it's a lot different. And like, I just feel like when you're playing, like you don't really notice that much. Like it gives you like more energy, if that makes sense.
Right.
But in terms of playing, like, maybe the first time I stepped out, maybe I was a little nervous, but other than that, like you pretty much get used to it. And yeah.
I have the field passes, obviously, to go on the field and take photos. And when you're in that down on that open end, it's just that crowd, man. It's like, woo! They're just you can feel it. I mean, you can feel the energy, and it's intense. And I can't imagine what it is for an opposing goalkeeper that's playing on that end. I mean, they're just like, wow,
Yeah.
I mean. It's a different environment in Highmark for sure. So no doubt about that. But
now, in this case, let's talk a little bit up in this case, the USL Championship itself. I want to deep dive that a little bit. Obviously, nationally broadcast, bigger game in this case. What were your feelings and the team's feelings? I guess let's say it that way. What was the team's feeling? Was there additional nerves? Was it additional adrenaline? What was the general thought process when you stepped out on that pitch for that championship?
Yeah, I mean, we've been preparing like every game the same. So, I mean, I feel like everyone in the locker room believed in us. Like we all knew that we had something special going on. A lot of the veteran guys on the team were like, look, I played like 3, 4, 5, 6 years here at Pittsburgh. Like this is like, I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but it's like, we've got something good ever since the start of postseason. So, yeah, it was just it was a little bit different though because we weren't home, so we had been home for the previous 3 games. But we really backed ourselves. I mean, we hadn't conceded all playoffs, so I mean, if you don't concede, you can't really lose unless you lose in pens. And I mean, we had the best goalie in the league, so shout out Eric. So I mean, yeah, it was pretty easy. Just go out there. I mean, the coaching staff was like, "Look, we believe in you guys." Everyone had faith, confidence going into the game. So that's really what it was.
PKs are a little different in the championship, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's anxiety-inducing.
Yeah, the crowd's crazy, but we had some guys get subbed in late in games too to come in and take penalties. Some more experienced guys, and I mean, we would practice pens, but I mean, in the game it's different. Like you can't practice like that atmosphere. So, but I think we did well in the playoffs. Like our keeper was always giving tips to the shooters during practice, helping them out, and I mean, we had been in a lot of shootouts, so it's just at that point it's just confidence. So,
yeah. Does it still feel surreal?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it was crazy. Even thinking about it, just the fans after in Tulsa were crazy. Like when we went to celebrate, and then after, like it's crazy. I feel like I'm taking it for granted just because I've only played 1 year, so I don't really know anything else. So it just feels like normal to me. But like a lot of the old guys are making sure like. After we won and during like the playoffs, they're telling us like that is rare because it's just like I know guys like Robbie and Danny, like they've been here 6 years or whatever, and they've never made it past the second round or something. So they're just saying like don't take it for granted. It's special, so enjoy it, stuff like that. Yeah.
Derek Jeter used to talk about that too because he came into the league in 95, and then won with the Yankees 96, 98, 99, 2000, but then had a drought for about 9 years and always talked about the 2009 championship being the one that was most special because he came in sort of like you did where you just come in, you win. Cal Ripken had the same problem in the situation there. So, let it be the first of many, by the way, in this case. So congratulations on that. Yeah. Bill, I'll turn it over to you, and then we can open up for a couple questions if you're down for it from the fans.
Yeah. You were talking about Eric. I mean, that's a bittersweet losing him. I mean, on one end, it's part of the business, obviously. But, he gets to go home. He's from Indy. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, I'm sure you can agree. He was the staple in that order on that club last year. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's a really good player, but I always say like he's a better person. He's always doing stuff in the community in Pittsburgh and just doing stuff around the team that nobody sees from the outside. But he's helping like a lot of the younger guys out just whenever they have problems, whether it's on the field, off the field, just little stuff like that. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on during the season, and like especially being a rookie, like sometimes it's just new to you. So, and he helped me out personally a lot with just a lot of stuff around the apartments and stuff. But he was there for us all season. I mean, he wasn't getting the love that he deserved, in my opinion, just because we had a couple of games where he gave up some late goals or some early goals. We were conceding a little bit more than we liked, but towards the end, he got his flowers, and I guess won MVP of the finals for sure. And honestly, of the whole playoffs, but I don't think they gave that out. But he deserved it if anyone got it. So, I mean, he's a good guy. The business, though, his business side, obviously, he left back home. But no, I don't. I mean, I wish him everything but the best, unless we play him. And then I already told him I'm going to score on him because I already told him when I saw the news that he signed to India. I was like, oh man, like,
yeah. I mean, how tough is that? I mean, knowing, hey, you're playing a guy that kind of took you under his wing, and now you got to go up against him, and he's a freaking goalkeeper to boot. Now you know what I mean. It's just I don't know. That's got to be kind of like, I don't know. It's got to be tough. It's got to be tough. You got to be able to separate that, right? You got to be able to. Hey, he's not. When the whistle blows and we kick off, he's not my friend.
Not exactly. For sure. But I already told him I'm scoring on him, and I mean he knows that. So we'll see next year. But
yeah. Awesome.
Sports are very nomadic that way, though. One day you're in Pittsburgh, next day you're in Sacramento. And
it's a quick change.
Yeah. It's also it's tougher, a little bit tougher on you guys too, because it's not like you're making $3 million a year and can just I mean it comes with a challenge in a lot of different ways there. But you know what? In his case, he got you the title. You can never lose that. And you're friends up until basically first kickoff. So
and like I said, he's going home. I mean, you gotta kind of he gets to go home. I mean, Robbie can relate to that, right? So, but so
Albert Dequa is back to the Hounds. Just the announcement just came down the pipeline just now, by the way.
I
just saw that.
Wow, we were all speculating that was going to be what was going to happen here. So, but
I just saw the news as public. So it's good.
You get privy on certain things that you're not allowed to talk about until they're official.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying if I knew or not. I didn't know, but I just got a notification like right before the interview. But that's crazy. I mean, I know he's tough to play against, so it's going to be good to have him on our team for sure.
Nice.
Right.
Feel like taking some fan questions?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. We have 4 here that came in. Bill, do you want to start off, or you want me to, and we'll flip flop? Your choice.
Yeah, I'll start off. Okay, this is a personal question. Your favorite pizza in town? I'm a Pittsburgher, so I have mine. I want to hear yours.
My favorite? I don't even, to be honest, I don't know a lot of pizza places. The only pizza places that I know are the ones that my friends order. Like I never ordered pizza on my own.
Okay.
So that's a question I honestly don't have an answer to.
Do you have a favorite eatery in general? Chicken place, fast food place, Chinese place?
I've been to, there's a lot of good places.
Yeah.
Shoot. I got to think of one. I'll give I don't know if you know, there's a nice restaurant up on Mount Washington. It's called Altius. I've only been there once, but that was probably the best food I've had in Pittsburgh. But it's expensive, so you can only go there so often. But that's probably the best food I've had there.
It's a good place. No doubt.
Yeah.
So
second question, and it comes with a caveat, it's okay to stay away from this one if you want to.
Okay.
So how do you feel about relegation and all that?
Oh, relegation? Shoot, I guess that's a loaded question. I mean, I think it could be cool for sure in the U.S. I think it'd be tough though.
Like I said, you can step away if you want. It was even in there in this case here. It's like you can step away if you want.
I mean, I think it's fine to talk about. I mean, I think it's super cool. I think the idea is like a good idea for sure. Mm-hmm. It's just tough with the way that soccer is laid out here. So if you do promotion relegation, like I know they want to have like a regulation for the top league on how big the stadiums have to be, which makes sense because you want to have a standard of that league where it's higher than the league below, if that makes sense.
You have expansion framework too.
Yeah, for sure. It's just tough with like if a team that's in the lower league gets promoted, like they're not going to be able to build a stadium in the off season or expand their stadium in the span of 3 months. So that kind of side of it is interesting. I think they'll probably give some leeway. Like, let's say you get promoted, they'll give you maybe a year or 2 years to get your stadium, right? But I just know the idea is a good one for sure. It's just going to be tough to. I mean, there's a lot of logistics that go into it. Obviously, that's not my job, but I just know that there's a lot of stuff that goes into it.
As a player, though, I'll put it that way.
Yeah, as a player, though, for sure. I mean, it's cool. I think, especially towards the end of the season, it's kind of weird because let's say you're in fourth place, like you're not really like the way, or let's say you're in, I don't know, like teams at the bottom aren't really fighting for much. If you're out of playoffs, like you're just done. You know, you're not fighting for relegation. Whereas some of these teams would be trying a lot harder because there's a lot of money that goes into promotion and relegation. So I think that would add a piece to it. And then also with winning the Players' Shield, like it's tough because like winning the Players' Shield is cool, but you also want to win the whole USL championship. So you don't want to throw all your marbles into winning the regular season, and then when you get to the playoffs, you know, you guys are kind of dead. Not saying that happened this year to the teams that were winning in the first place, but it's just tough. I'd say it's tough to win the regular season and the championship just because it's a long playoff season too. So if your guys are playing a lot of minutes during the regular season, you know, you win the Players' Shield, but then it's tough to carry it on to the playoffs. So it would give more incentive.
100%.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Bill?
Real quick, a follow-up to that. What do you think about the MLS, their season realignment coming in 27-28? I mean, mid to late July they're going to start, and then end with the MLS Cup in May. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I think it's cool. I think so. They're doing the more European style. Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
Along with Europe and the rest of the world.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're doing it because they got a lot of guys. The MLS is growing, obviously, so they have a lot of better players now. So they have a lot of guys going on international break too. That was kind of the problem,
right?
So obviously, back in the day, maybe 10 years ago, there wasn't as many big name players, but they're starting to sign more players. Some of the big teams. And then obviously, like if they kept their current schedule, a lot of the big players would be leaving in the MLS once they got a lot of eyes on those certain players, and they obviously go play for their national team. So I don't think they want to play like a lot of their games when they're big name players. A lot of the eyes on them aren't there, if that makes sense. So
right, absolutely, yeah. We just had the voice of the LA Galaxy on our show the other night, and talking about that, and you know, player movement, better integration, you know, with the international transfer windows, easier to acquire and sell talent. I mean, competitiveness, all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even think about the selling part because I know it's hard to sell MLS players to Europe because it's like, I think it's like mid-season. It's kind of weird. It doesn't align right. So it was hard to sell some young talent, which is kind of a problem. But yeah.
And, you know, people don't realize this, but the MLS now is in the top 10 for leagues in the world. So, you know, it is growing for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So we had a fan chime in here. He said, "Ask him about water pistols. Trust me, he'll know what it means." So I listen. I have no clue. You know. We're just throwing it out there. We're just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, that's wait, are these live questions or are these from before?
They came in through Reddit, by the way, on the Riverhounds subreddit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
water pistols is like a nickname that my goalkeeper coach, John Bush, came up with.
Okay.
Well, he calls me that because there was a time where I think I was struggling. Like maybe I scored 2 or 3 goals, and then or maybe it was after I scored against Miami. I went like a couple games without scoring, and he would always call me water pistol because he thinks I have like a weak shot. So that's what he would say. My shot was like water pistol. That's what he would always call me because I would always finish
rough
after training. Yeah, it's tough love, but he's a good guy. But yeah, he's always giving me chatter and banter after practice. I'm always shooting on the goalies, and I like to talk a lot of crap to the goalies, and then I start talking to Bushy about. Like you got to train your goalies better and stuff when I score on them. So
now I got to wonder who this person was.
Yeah,
I got to wonder who this person was on Reddit.
Salty
Skype 123.
Skype, yeah,
I don't know. It's probably
that's an inside question right there.
Yeah, that's an inside question. I think only only the people on the team know that really. So
I'm gonna have to find out who this is. I'll see if I can find out who it is. I'll let you know.
All right, perfect.
So,
Well, I don't think he saw that last goal against Miami. I wouldn't call you water pistols on that.
He just keeps telling me.
Yeah. So
all right. Yeah, we're gonna have to, I'm gonna definitely find that. I'm really curious now on that one because that's not this is not the direction I expected that one to go in.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I was like, oh, okay. Let's throw that one out there. But yeah,
But yeah, we'll see if we can find that out on that one. We'll wrap this up in a couple of minutes. Big question though in this case, two-part. One, what are you looking forward to most about next season? And two, how can people find you on social media too?
Yeah, for the first part, next season, I mean, I think our team's got a lot of players. Like, obviously, we won, so we have a lot of players coming back, a lot of rookies. So I think it'll be interesting to see how all of us, not only me, but a lot of the guys that are younger progress. Because, like, we all had good first years, so want to try to take that next step. A lot of the young guys that are still in their rookie deals, for sure, and then try to run it back. Basically, that's the goal. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that, especially because we've got a whole season under our belt now. So a lot of the guys are coming in more experienced. So it took a lot of time maybe to get the ball rolling, but I think it'll be interesting next season to see how quick we can start and some of the players that can have breakout years. And then second, social media. I'm not great on social media, but I got Instagram. You can find me Charles_all, my last name AHL. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So when in doubt, we'll use the Riverhounds socials instead.
Yeah.
okay.
Bill, you got anything else?
No, hey, I'll be seeing you soon, Charles. So
Yes, sir. Yeah.
2026 season's right around the corner.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Me too.
So
yeah. So Charles, man, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Good luck, great luck this season. I don't think you'll need much luck because you're awesome anyway. But anyway, this is Scott Schertzen alongside Mr. Bill Akins, Stream Punk Soccer, part of the Stream Punk umbrella. So find all the other stuff that we have when it comes to lacrosse, cinema, basically celebrity interviews, Canadian football, all the things that we've got at this point going on. But for USL content, like I said, excited for the league. USL is on the rise. The numbers for the USL Championship have been great the last couple seasons on those finals. So there's a lot to be excited about on that league. Everything is expanding there. For the Riverhounds, congratulations. But now you guys are king of the hill. So everybody's going to be looking to take you down and take you off that throne there, man. So good luck next season. Thanks as always. Appreciate it. Take care and stay awesome.
Thank you. See you guys.